Hello, my name is Keshwani. It's Keshwani, Keshwani. We are here because we want to prepare for GMAT. We have been solving GMAT math problems out of this book here, GMAT Review, the official guide, the 13th edition. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. You're going to need it. The problem that we are about to solve is the one that you will find on page number 289. Please turn to page number 289. Today is our lesson number 214, the very last problem on the page number 154. We are told that our report consists of 2,600 words and is divided up into 23 paragraphs. Our report consists of 2,600 words, is made up of 23 paragraphs. We are told that a two paragraph preface is added, and the question simply is the average number of words per paragraph for all 25 paragraphs, including the preface, less than 120. That's all it is. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what they tell us. But before I forget it, if you happen to be a non-native speaker of English, as I am, you might find it fruitful to watch this video there. Vocabulary day number 2, just type in my name, Keshwani, and then vocabulary day 2, and you might find it helpful. Even if you're a native speaker, you might learn some words to help you improve your vocabulary for the exam that you're about to take. But these vocabulary words, of course, they apply to any of the standardized exam that you see there, whether you're preparing for SAT, GRE, or GMAT. These vocabulary videos, as I said, they are at my channel. Just type in, or you can just search for them, just put in vocabulary day 2 along with my name. So let's see what we can do here. Before we actually look at the statements, let's tell you what, before we actually look at the statement, let's analyze the situation first. Let's first understand what we are dealing with here. So we have 2,600 words. We have 2,600 words which are at present divided up into 23 paragraphs. 23 paragraphs. Let's find out how many words it works out to be per paragraph as it stands now. So the easiest and the simplest way would be to divide it up into 2,300 and then 300. 2,300 and 300. And 300 can be further divided up into 230 and 70. Which what happens? What I'm trying to do is this part, 2,600 divided by 23. And I don't want to do it the long way, so I'm trying to cheat a little bit. So we split the 2,600 into 2,300 and 300. 2,300 divided by 23 would be 100. 230 divided by 23 would be 10. And then 70, which is same as 69, and 69 divided by 23 is 3. So as it stands right now, the average number of words per paragraph without the preface is 100 plus 10 plus 3, 13. As it stands, the average per paragraph is 113 without the preface. Now the question is the overall average, is the average number of words per paragraph for all 25 paragraphs less than 120? Let's find out what length of preface it would have to be. What would the length of the 2 paragraphs in the preface would have to be in order for the overall average to be exactly 120. Let's find that out, shall we? I need the room, so I'm going to take the top here. Here's what's going on. Okay, listen, pay attention here. So far it's 113. If we want an overall average to be 120, we first need to make up the shortfall of 7 words per paragraph in the 23 paragraphs. That's the shortfall, because they have, right now they have an average of 113. We need the average of 120. So we have seven words short per paragraph. 23 times 7 is 114, 20 is 141. Plus we need 200 words, or rather 210 words, was it? No, I forgot what was it. What were they asking? 120 rather. Plus we need 120 words per paragraph for preface. 120 times 2 is 240. So we need 240 plus, something has gone wrong here because before I had something else in my thing. 240 plus, did I make a mistake here? 3 times 2 is 21, 1 carry 2, 2 times 7 times 2 is 14 plus 2 is 16. This should have been 161. So 240 words for the 2 paragraphs in the preface if they simply had 120 words per paragraph by themselves. But in addition to that, they have to make up, those 2 paragraphs in the preface have to make up for the shortfall of 160 words, giving us a grand total of 400 words. What does it tell us? It tells us that even though the average number of words per paragraph in the report itself is only 113 words, the 2 paragraphs in the preface would have to be damn long. They would each have to have 200 words, or together. They don't each have to have 200 words, but together the 2 paragraphs in the preface would have to have 400 words before the overall average rises from 113 to 120. And that's what we have to find out. That's what we're going to look for in the 2 statements. In the 2 statements, they have to give us some information which will tell us if the number of words in the preface is 400 or less than 400. If the number of words in the preface are fewer than 400, then the overall average will be less than 120. If the number of words in the preface, 2 paragraphs in the preface have more than 400 words, then the overall average will be more than 120. Because the question is very straightforward. The question simply is the overall average for the 25 paragraph less than 120? To which the answer would be yes, if it turns out that the number of words in the preface is fewer than 400. Let's find out. Enough of the talk. But that basic understanding is very important before you jump into it. Without that understanding, you'll be struggling and you'll be simply stumbling around in the dark, because you should know what you're looking for before you start looking for it. You understand? Let's look at the first statement. In the first statement they tell us that each paragraph of preface has more than 100 words. But knowing that each of the paragraph has more than 100 words does not tell us if the total number of words in the preface is 400. That's what we need to know. We need to know if the total number of words in preface is 400, then the answer is no. Answer is no to the question. What was the question? Is the overall average I'm not going to write everything. This is too childish. I'm getting tired. We're not going to write everything. Just listen to me. Pay attention. The question was, is the overall average for the 25 paragraph less than 120? I'm going to make sure that I am not saying the wrong thing. I'm going by my memory here. Is the average number of words per paragraph for all 25 paragraphs less than 120? To which the answer would be yes, the overall average is less than 120 if we find out that the number of words in the 2 paragraph is less than 400. This says each of the paragraph has fewer than 200. Each of the paragraph has more than 100, sorry, not fewer, more than 100 words. Knowing that it is more than 100 words per paragraph in the preface does not necessarily mean that they have 400 words. They could both have, the two paragraphs, but they could both have 101 words. It will be simply 202 words. Or the two paragraph you get the idea. They could have 1,000 words each. We have to know affirmatively, we have to know definitively if the total number of words in the preface happens to be 400. That's our cutoff. This does not do the job. Simply knowing that they are more than 100, how do we know? As I said, it could be 101 each, in which case it's less than. They could be 101 and 101, in which case it's 202, which is not more, which is less than 400. Or they could be 400 or 400 both, in which case they are, of course, more than 400. The first statement is not enough. The first statement is not enough. A, D, B, C, E. Because the first statement by itself is not enough, the answer cannot be A or D. Let's look at second statement. Second statement tells us that each paragraph of preface has fewer than 150. Fewer than 150 words. Well, if they have fewer than 150, it doesn't say more, it says fewer than 150, then that implies that the total number of words in preface is less than 300. Not 400 or more, not 400 or more. So the question was, is the overall average less than 120? Here the answer is yes. The overall average is less than 120 because we needed a minimum of 400 words in the preface for the average to go up to 120 for all 25 paragraphs. Second statement does the job. Therefore the answer is B. That's all. I will see you tomorrow, okay? Bye now.